So we're back again right on the shores of Moreton Bay. Yesterday was an amazing day with we used the Bruv units. We got some great footage. I think there's something like 32 hours of footage actually that we'll have to scour through to try and find out any significant animals and then record the smaller fish and the larger animals to see what animals are living in these seagrass meadows here at Moreton Bay. It's really important because the majority of them are commercially fished species, and this is where they come to spend the first few months or even years of their life before taking off into the ocean. So this habitat is extremely delicate and extremely diverse. Now last night we had a really huge storm. I actually thought we weren't going to go out today, but today we're going out on the larger boat, and the larger boat's called Valela. We're going to do some monitoring of seagrass meadows. We're going to try and find out where they are, or now where they're not, in terms of or in relation to previous expeditions. It's going to be a great day. I'm not really sure how we're going to survey the seagrass because the water's quite murky, but they obviously have a method and we'll tell you all about it in today's episode. So hang tight guys, we'll share this adventure together.
This morning.
Let's do the same thing.
One ahead.
What's that? Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're heading on the boat for the first time. This is our captain, Mark. What's the name of our vessel?
Valela.
Valela. Beautiful. Head this way. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
27.57204. 153.4. 153.40502. 5 meters.
Sorry, 10:37.
Micah, what are you up to? What's your role here today?
Yeah, so my role is to lower what we call the sled here, and what's on the sled are 2 GoPros plus another high-def camera that you can see here. What we're trying to do is locate seagrass and sort of make a call of the extent of seagrass there. We're recording the whole thing. All very exciting.
Is it a one-man job or do you have a team helping you?
No, there's a team of 6 of us here. Yeah, all of us vital to what we're doing here, to the project. We've got Mark the captain here, Bruce on camera, Mitch and Peter here recording some stuff, and Tracy live streaming this.
Oh, with her class.
And James in there sending some emails on our behalf, so team effort.
Thank you very much, Micah. Hey, I might move the attention to the captain. Just wondering about these sites we're visiting. How do we decide where we're sampling today?
So every week trip that we do, we go to a different part of the bay. So this time we're down on the southeastern part of the bay. Previous trips have been right up to the western side. So we choose the part of the bay we want to work in, and we systematically choose the sites.
Fantastic. I believe there was a little bonus earlier on today. Did you get to see a dugong?
I've seen 2 this morning, which is probably about average on these sorts of days.
Average for the captain, but for the rest of us, we get to see one at all, so we're still holding our breath. I might move over to Peter over here. You've got lots of writing on that sheet in front of you. What are you writing there?
At each site we take the time, the depth of the water, site numbers, latitude and longitude, and then here we have a look at what the primary seagrass is. We've got different shorthands for different species, the percentage of cover, secondary, what's on the bottom, so the sediment type, and then some other comments if we find anything else that's interesting.
It looks like there's a lot of samples. How many have you done today?
Yeah, we've done 30 today, which is in the last 2.5 hours or so.
Oh wow, so it's been a very busy morning.
Yes.
Fantastic. So how's your ID? You're going with seagrass at the moment?
Yeah, not too bad.
Have you got a favourite?
Yeah, we've got our little sheet just to double check.
Can you tell us what's the most common?
The HS we've had a lot of today. So this one here. And then it varies depending on the depth of water, so that's why we've got our depth on this side here.
Very good. Hey Mitch, I believe you're played an integral role in assessing this data.
I've got the hardest job on the boat today, basically. You come in here, I mean, it took 7 years of uni to get here. I've got to put this one in here, and it says power to power, so there's a high chance there could be error. It's the hardest job on the boat. I mean, occasionally I'll free this rope up as well, just to help the sled get down to Santa.
I think it's a little bit more technical to that.
It is.
So we're actually looking at the high definition camera that relays the feed through this camera here, and Mitch is actually identifying the species.
Our OHMS is up to par. So.
We do, okay, he's just pointing to some safety gear that's just above our head, just if anything goes wrong, which is very unlikely. Thanks for your help, guys. Sounds like a well-oiled machine.
Guys, I'm going to head into the water. I'm going to head all the way down to the bottom. I think it's about 3 meters deep. I'm going to try and check out what type of species, what species of seaweed or seagrass is down there at 3 meters. So let's do it. So we've picked up 2 species. And this is actually a really good one. This is a species that the dugongs love to feed off. And they search these areas. They grow very, very fast, so they can cope with a lot of grazing from the dugongs. This one here is a little, well, it's a native species, but it is a tad invasive. Interesting though, because I think we may have a very similar species to this one in Williamstown in our own backyards. So this one is a species of Caulerpa. Bright green, very clean, because it's actually a little bit toxic, I believe. So this is something I want you guys to look out for in our own backyards when we swim over in Williamstown.